Welcome to another Dave's Classic Garage Tours video, and today I'm back at Grand Tourer. It's not all about high-end restorations here with shiny paintwork. They do have original cars coming through from time to time, so let's go and check it out. All right, Dan, so it's not just about GTs at Grand Tourer.
No, we do a bit of everything.
Yeah. And it's not all shiny new paint either.
No, this is actually something I get a bit more of enjoyment because we're always restoring cars. This one we're technically unrestoring it and keeping it original.
Right.
So yeah, this is a bit of a Survivor Fairmont that's come in, a factory V8 car, in fairly good condition, original paint.
Yeah.
As you can see, the paint's not perfect on it. It's got some crazing and a bit of sort of surface rust under the paint. And
that's what, you know, that means the owner can. You don't have to. He's not worrying about such things.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
Stone chips and.
The main thing, sort of the task on this car, is to preserve it and correct things on it, in a sense. So,
yeah, upkeep basically. Yeah,
exactly.
Maintenance and whatever. But this is the first one I've really seen in the year or so. That I mean, obviously I'm not here every week. But,
we get a few Falcons and Fairmonts come through. So
right. And what's the preferred model of the X series?
Probably the XY is the favourite with people.
Right.
And probably second by the XW.
Yeah. And is it the Fairmont? There's a GS, there's the 500, there's...
Yeah, or even a base model Falcon.
Right.
So they're like poverty pack.
Yeah.
Bottom of the line. So
is that? I mean, we got that GL from at Uncle Leo's garage. Everybody's sort of really sort of taken to. You know, keep it GL. Don't go. You know, upgrade it to a Fairmont.
Yeah.
Is that? I suppose they would have sold a lot more poverty packs and
yeah, there's people that would have only been able to afford that.
Yeah. So the nostalgia's there enough for people want to just have those basic things, and they're easier.
Yeah,
to
and even things
well.
like optioning a heater up in them. Some just had a blank panel.
Yeah.
In a poverty pack and plastic armrests and stuff like that. So.
All right. So take us over what you've done on this one.
So this one, basically, we're just correcting things and making it how it would have come out the factory.
Right. So there is an element of putting. This has been modified over the years. So you are putting it back to.
So if it's been through a few owners, every owner would have done something to it along the line, and even things like there's still a bit of stuff we've got to do. They've changed the hose clamps. It's got the factory hose on there.
Yeah.
But they've changed the hose clamps. And little bits like that. So we're just correcting everything. Yeah. Had an aftermarket washer bottle on it. Yeah. So we've found the correct washer bottle.
Yeah.
So we've put all that back on. And they've modified the wiring, so we've repaired all that internally, so you can't tell it's been done. And we're trying to, even the wiring, we're retaping it, and then we're getting a bit of dirt off the car and just rubbing it back into all the tape, just so it doesn't look like it's been touched.
Yeah. So there's still an element of the the Grand Tourer ethos of back to factory and whatever that you're trying to do in it. Yeah, cool. But you're not going to turn away cars that are, the guy comes in and says, right, no, I ain't got the money for updating it or backdating it that way. You're still going to maintain old cars and
definitely,
whatever.
Definitely do all that stuff.
Okay.
So a couple of things actually I'll show you over here that we have been doing to the car. So I'll give you a bit of an idea. So things like on the car, the armrest is all split.
Right.
So we're finding nice sort of components to put back on.
Right, okay.
And basically upgrade all that stuff.
And is that from your collection upstairs?
Big collection up there. There's a 30 or 40 year collection of parts up there. Yeah. So we go up there and we'll have a selection of armrests and so forth. So, and this is the wipe motor off the car. So this actually had snapped off pieces and they'd routed the squirter lines incorrectly with T-pieces and stuff. So we've actually, that's a reproduction one, and we've actually aged it up and made it look all old, like it's never been done. Yeah. And the other thing we've done with this, because these are a mechanical squirter pump, we've actually internally put an electric pump inside. Okay. So it all looks factory and it'll plumb up as original, but you press the button, it's like a new car, it'll squirt constant water.
Nice.
And we've serviced the wipe motor, so but left it all original. So it's been serviced mechanically internally, but left it all sort of like it's been there since day one.
Excellent. And we've got the show coming up in Geelong in
Geelong for all 4 day.
All 4 day. I mean, is there going to be a class for this kind of original
Yeah,
show?
I don't know if they've actually got a category for original. They might have like maybe original unrestored, maybe, possibly.
But this will get just as, you know, if it's parked out in the car park or whatever and it's not even in the show area, it's still going to get people pouring over it, aren't they? I guess.
And you get some cars that go there that aren't sort of entered in the judging.
Yeah.
So,
the car park, I mean, to be honest, some car parks are sometimes more interesting than the actual.
They are, you see some real gems in there.
Yeah.
But some of the other items, like this is the radiator cap that I add on it, which is incorrect.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll show you over here on the car. This is actually a reproduction cap that we make. So this is the number 13 factory style cap, and we actually manufacture this ourselves. It's Australian made by us. And what we've done is we've actually aged the cap so it looks like it's original.
Yeah, wow.
But it's actually a brand new cap.
Oh, yeah. Has he come in asking for that, or have you said, look, this is what we can do?
He come in and got us to do an assessment on the car, so we gave him a list of stuff that we would do to the car. I always judge these cars, if it was my own car, what I'd do to it. Yeah. And went through the list and he sort of decided what he wanted to do.
Nice.
So some of the other items we've got here. So some of the other items here, like that's the rear dog legs off the car. They're all sun damaged and gone all crusty.
Sorry, we're pointing out where they're going to be.
So they're in the back here.
In the back, yeah.
So we've got some good ones and put them in.
Okay.
So these are all the little improvements we're doing to make the car look.
Sorry, this was what was on there?
Yep, that's what was on there.
Okay, so that's sun damage, or?
Yeah, all sun damage, and they just go crusty and
a bit
start
brittle
falling
and
apart. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Many years of the sun on them.
Okay.
And then that's it there.
So that's a new old part or repro?
Yeah, that's new, that one.
Right. Okay.
They're very hard to get without sun damage on this area.
Yeah.
This is another item on the car that, as you can see, it's got a few pull-through screw holes. All the chrome had gone on the dash. Right. And the owner actually found a new old stock dash fascia that was on Gumtree. So we bought that. We've actually put that in the car and looks like it's been there since day one.
Right, okay.
But you can see the difference.
So this is what you've taken out?
Yep, that's the old one.
So the yellowing here is, what's that?
Yeah, it's basically so this is vacuum metallized.
Right.
And just over the years, the sun basically
has discoloured that.
So you can sort of see the half. If you flip this up, the sun's not going to get to the top half, and the chrome's still on there.
Okay, so that's chromed, and then the discoloration has come out from the sun.
Yeah, sun damage.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's have a quick butcher's.
And as you can see,
I'll come in.
You can come in this side if you want.
Yeah, I'll come in. There we go.
So that's a new old stock one. I've still got to put the heater control panel in.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the difference in the chrome.
Yeah, definitely.
And we didn't want to put a brand new one in because it'll look too new.
Right, okay.
Whereas if you look at the chrome on like a factory one versus a new one, the factory one's a bit more satiny look, whereas the sort of new fascias, they're all bright chrome.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So someone's had that sitting around in a garage?
Yeah. It even had a little receipt taped to the back of the dash.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So it hadn't been used, but it's been aged enough to, over time.
In someone's collection.
Yeah.
So, and we had some of these upstairs that were in reasonable condition. We didn't want 100% perfect because we wanted to suit the aging of the car, but these were all like the dash fascia. They were very kind of sort of yellowy looking.
Right, okay.
So we're just going around tidying up areas of the car without making it stand out that it's been changed.
Yeah, beautiful. Excellent.
We're going to do some repairs also on the seats. So it's got the split basket weave here and tears in there.
So how's that going to be repaired? What's the process there?
Yeah, we'll get we've got some genuine Nilex vinyl, so we'll repair it with that.
Oh, okay. And so will you just take out that panel there?
Yeah,
or?
They'll unpick this section out of it.
Okay.
And same with this side.
Is that stitched or glued?
They've got stitching in there and then they're back stitched underneath.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, just improving the car overall appearance without going too crazy with it and making it look good.
Can I ask how much you reckon what's the market value of one of that dash?
I think it was quite cheap actually for what he paid. I think it was around the $450 mark.
Okay. And you...
So, which I think that's quite. It'd cost more than that to get it rechrome and painted.
Right.
So
Right. Really.
I think you did pretty well.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. How much have you known them to go?
It's a standard fascia, so not a huge amount, but I've heard of other ones, you know, 900, 1,000.
Wow. Sorry, what is this? This is an
XY.
XY. Okay. And what years were they?
This is 71, this
71.
one, but 1970 as well,
70,
XY
71.
Fairmont.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Let's have a look at that.
So a couple of other items. One was this door trim here was what was on the car. So they had this tape sort of patched over it, but it's got a bit of a piece missing out the door trim.
Yeah.
So we actually had a good driver's front door trim upstairs.
Right.
So what we've done, we actually can redo this chrome work. As you can see, it's pretty sort of tarnishing or flaking and stuff. So we'll actually redo this chrome work. They're out getting done at the moment. So we've got a good set of 4. So we're going to put them on the car.
So you were collecting sub GT stuff as well?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
So basically from the 90s when I was working with Neil, we used to wreck out cars. We'd always buy them. And you buy a car $300-400 and you pull it apart and and throw away the shell. And we should have kept all the shells because now they're worth a fortune.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, bloody hell.
Wrecked out a few GTs over the years, and unfortunately.
Right. So what's this
so
bit here?
the next item, it had this cover on the voltage regulator.
Okay.
So I can show you on the car. We found a genuine one upstairs.
Yeah.
Which is a different height. So.
Okay.
So you can see the difference in the cover.
Oh well, yeah.
And it had perfect patina on it.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's always been there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We also added the...
So why would that have been changed in the first place? What's happened?
Oh, sometimes you might get a faulty regulator.
Yeah.
And these were ones they brought out in the 90s and they were quite a good regulator.
Yeah.
So we've just changed the cover. That was the only difference in them, the cover size.
Okay.
So we've even put
all the meat of it is still back down there then?
Yeah, it is, yeah. We just changed the cover on it.
Yeah.
So even the factory style tag, that's actually a reproduction tag, but we've aged it up and made it look old.
Wow.
And same with all the stickers. Made them all look sort of aged and old, like they've been there for a long time.
So what was his usage of this car then? It was in regular use before, or was he bought it?
He bought it from Sydney apparently.
Oh, he's bought it recently then?
Yeah, I think he bought it not too long ago.
Right, okay.
So, and it come in with 5 slot wheels.
Yeah.
So we've put the factory Fairmont hubcaps back on it.
Oh, cool.
So, you know,
Bless
just making it look original.
Yeah, man, yeah. And is it, sentimental to him, having an old Fairmont, a family, as he said? Or?
Yeah, I think just the cars themselves, you don't get to see original old cars too much. Right, everything's restored nowadays.
Yeah.
And just to see something that's in good condition, you don't mind it with a few, you know, even it's got rub through marks and all
so
that
what
sort of
year
stuff.
would you say your mindset on that kind of thing changed, or has it always been, you know, there's always been an interest for you in originality? Or
I've always loved original.
Right.
So say I went to a car show, there'd be restored cars everywhere. I'd see an original thing, I'd be straight to it. And
so even back in the 90s? When
probably not as much in the 90s, I'd say maybe in the mid-2000s.
Right, yeah.
It really started to, sort of that was what people were after, original.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone was restoring them back then.
Yeah. I mean, I presume a lot of cars might have passed through here. Yeah. You're looking back now and thinking that should have stayed original.
Have restored it,
Yeah. Because that, definitely, yeah.
Because even back in the day, we had I'm trying to think what year.
Did you ever try and talk people out of?
It was probably mid 2000s, maybe 2010, somewhere around there. We had also a low mile, 26,000 mile RPO 83 come in, Wild Violet, and some of the stuff even Neil said it was kind of like this under the bonnet and sort of surface rust. And Neil was sort of thinking, oh, let's paint under the bonnet and do all that. And I'm saying, no, don't. Just leave it original because you know, now looking back, it was a wise choice to make.
Right.
So.
Yes. So is this that colour? What colour? It's not the one where all those original GTs came out in that one.
This is nugget gold.
Nugget gold.
Yeah.
And what? They're nugget. Were they nugget gold?
Yeah.
The original
factory
GTs.
colour. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So is this the same? But this is 2 years later, though, isn't it? No. When did the original GTs?
Yeah, same year as the GT.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So basically a Fairmont, if you bought it from the factory, is basically almost like a
called a numpty by a lot of Aussies going,
what's he doing talking about? I don't even know his bloody car history. Yeah?
So basically a Fairmont like this is almost identical to a GT in a lot of ways. So the interior, all that stuff, it's got all like the top door moulds, which a Falcon doesn't.
Right.
The rear window moulds around the back.
Yeah.
A Falcon doesn't have them.
Right,
just plain.
right, yes.
So there's a lot of things on a Fairmont that is the same as GT.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Even down to like the glove box. So internally here,
Of course, yeah.
the Falcon 500 just has a Falcon 500 badge.
Yeah.
Whereas a GT and a Fairmont have the wood grain moulds and then they have the padding underneath.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, there's a lot of similarity.
Yeah.
All the vinyl on the, that's actually a plastic, not a vinyl.
Right.
On the pillars, on the B pillars.
Okay. What year did you get headrests in?
So basically the XA was the first to have like a backrest behind your
There
head.
you go. Okay.
That's an
There's
XB,
for
that
sale.
one.
An XB, yeah, I was going to say with the bumpers.
And with that awful faux pas there at the end, likely to result in even more derision for my lack of knowledge of Australian cars, it's time to bail out and bid you farewell, and hope to see you soon for the rest of this garage tour in the next episode on Dave's Classic Garage Tours. One thing to add though is please do like, comment and share if you'd like to see more content from Dave's Classic Garage Tours. It makes all the difference and it shows your appreciation. Thanks very much.